Hello, this is Michelle Eves, and I have a couple of stories for you today. The first one is about a teenager, a 17-year-old, who is being called a hero today. Yesterday, he was driving through a neighborhood and saw smoke coming from a house, but he thought it was a bonfire. So he slowed down and he rolled his window. He slowed down and he rolled his window down, and he heard a woman crying for help. So he parked his car and ran into the backyard and found Joy, who had jumped from the second floor and broke her leg and was screaming to help her son, Braden, who's 5 years old and who was still in the house. So this teenager goes and finds a ladder on the side of the house and went up into the raging fire to grab Braden. And Braden was pulling his hair and slapping him because he's a stranger coming in a room full of smoke. But it didn't stop the teenager from bringing him to the balcony and lowering him down to safety. So he is being called a hero by Braden's grandfather, who is going to help the teenager pay for college as a thank you for saving his grandson's life. Now, the ironic thing is that Braden's father is a paramedic with the fire department, and he was on duty when this was happening. And he's also very thankful. So, this teenager, very many teenagers, they're all, the world revolves around them. But I think when it comes down to it, they will go through any lengths to help people in dire need. And so I want to thank him for going into a raging fire and saving Braden. Now, the next story I have is about Southwest Airlines, and I know that they've been in some hot water lately in the press and stuff, but let me tell you, I was afraid to fly until after I got married, and the first flight I took was a Southwest Airlines flight, and they were the nicest, funniest people I've ever met. And they still remain to this day my favorite airline. But a little while ago, let me see when this article was written, a couple days, May 27, this woman, Peggy, was flying from Chicago to Columbus when the plane pushed off and then rerouted back to the gate, and they asked her to get off, and so she thought, well, maybe I got on the wrong plane. So they told her to go to the checking desk, the check desk, and she went over there, and the woman said, you need to call your husband. And Peggy found out that her son had lapsed into coma in Denver. So before she had time to think, the airline had already booked her on a nonstop flight to Denver, rerouted her luggage, and packed her at lunch for when she landed, so that she could just concentrate on her son. So he is continuing to recover, and they even called to find out how he was doing later. So I want to thank Southwest Airlines as well for being a positive experience for a lot of people. I know that some people have not had a positive experience, and 100% of the people cannot have a positive experience with anything. But I had a positive experience, and obviously Peggy had a positive experience, and so that is great customer service for Southwest Airlines to do that for somebody. So I hope that you go out this weekend and you be a hero and do something for somebody else that'll put a smile on both of your faces, because you never know, one smile can change one person's whole day. So I will see you tomorrow, and have a great rest of your weekend. Peace.